They're not just having beach meltdowns anymore. The radical left's descent into madness just took a horrifying turn. A Virginia city councilman was doused in gasoline and set on fire by an attacker who walked into his office. Lee Vogler, a young Republican who just won his election, is now fighting for his life in a hospital bed. This is their woke ideology, and where it leads. From screaming at Lake Michigan to literally burning political opponents alive. The same movement that calls words violence just escalated to actual attempted murder. And while one leftist tries to incinerate an elected official, others are having group therapy sessions on beaches. The footage, the arrests, the absolute insanity, it's all here. So keep on watching. So you probably think your 401k is safe, but it wasn't designed to make you wealthy. It was built to shift retirement costs and risks onto you, leaving your savings exposed to crashes, inflation, and chaos. But Americans are waking up and taking control with real assets like gold. Noble Gold Investments has helped secure thousands of people's future by converting part of the 401k into a tax-advantaged gold IRA without penalties or headaches. It's safe, simple, and smart. Visit nextnewsgold.com to get your free wealth protection kit and discover how to safeguard your savings. Open a qualified account today and receive 2 5-ounce silver America the Beautiful coins absolutely free. That's nextnewsgold.com, your exit from the danger zone. Okay, so before we get to that horrifying news, I was just sent this clip. J.D. Vance rolling into Big Sky, Montana, full blacked out motorcade, greeted by exactly one lonely protester waving a sad little flag. No crowd, no chance, just awkward silence and one guy with a grudge. Happened at 4:18 p.m. yesterday. Welcome to the resistance, I guess. Flicking off every single person. One loser all by themselves. And the sad part is that that's the same type of destabilized mental condition that leads to actions like this. Danville, Virginia City Council member Lee Vogler set on fire by an attacker. The suspect entered the office, doused him in gasoline, lit him on fire. He's been transported to a local hospital.
Yeah, he's at a it's in Southern Virginia. We're getting word of a horrific attack. A city council member was set on fire inside of his office. Of where a local this is, am I reading this right?
So yeah, he works at a local magazine.
Yeah, he's at a local magazine. That's the office where this happened. Mm-hmm. Okay. And where he works. The 38-year-old Lee Vogler is a city councilman in Danville, Virginia, 2 hours south of Roanoke. Police say the suspect entered into the victim's office and then doused him with flammable liquid. The victim and the suspect then exited the building, where the suspect then set the victim on fire. Just horrific details we're learning. And right now, the extent of Vogler's injuries are unknown, and the suspect is in custody. Trace, it looks like the first phone calls came into police around 11:30 a.m., and they were dispatched to the scene there and told of a male set on fire. He's been airlifted to a regional medical facility for treatment. And the full extent of his injuries is still not known at this time. Just awful.
We'll have a full follow-up on that. Fox News at Night tonight. Meantime.
And now we have some of the first images. Shotzie Michael Buck Hayes in custody, suspected of dousing Councilman Lee Vogler of Virginia in gasoline and setting him on fire. This is the alleged attacker. Yeah. Wow. What a nut job. Say a prayer for him right now and his family. Let's see, we have more. This is apparently Juanita Broderick posting this 4 hours ago. This is the young Republican who was set on fire after winning his election for city councilman. Pray for his recovery from this heinous act.
And I was real quick, a few minutes. I think back 12 years ago, I was standing right down the street there on the lower level of that Temple building right there.
Yes.
12 years ago. And I was able to announce to folks that night that we had made history because I had become the youngest person ever elected to Danville City Council. And tonight, I can stand here and say we made history again because I received more votes than anyone has ever received in the history of Danville City Council. So thank you guys for that. That is a team win. And, you know, I think back Danville 12 years ago, people had written us off, right? They said our best days were behind us. We were never coming back. And in the time since, we rolled up our sleeves. We worked together because the people of Danville never believed that. We didn't roll over and die. We said, no, we are going to fight back. We are going to come back. And we became the comeback city. And so I also think about 11 months ago, there was a brief opening in the state Senate. And some of y'all know, a lot of y'all were there, when there was a 4-day campaign. It felt like 4 years. It was 4 days. And I gave it a shot. And it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. And there were a lot of people at that time who said, that's it for me. That was going to be the end of my time in elected office. And it kind of written me off. But you guys never believed that.
No, sir.
And it's so sad that this young man, this young man, his life was, I mean, he may not make it. Antifa targeting George Washington's mother, spray painting the memorial there. Here is an assessment of the woke
privilege.
cult.
You feel guilty. More privileged kids are the ones who end up indulging in all of this nonsense because they're privileged. You know, if you're poor, you're too busy trying to figure out how to pay the mortgage. Whereas when you come from privilege, you feel guilty about your privilege anyway. And then you're going around looking for hats that you can put on. Oh, you know, today I'm gay, tomorrow I'm trans, etc. Actually, did you know my great-grandmother was black? Or whatever it is, to try and claim some victimhood so that you can be admired by your friends. Or I'm suffering from mental health issues, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. The schools are encouraging them in this way. They're teaching white kids to feel guilty and black kids to feel like they're victims, encouraging the whole trans stuff. More privileged kids are the ones who end up indulging in all of this nonsense because they're privileged.
Let's keep going. We got some more for you. How to show the world you're stupid without actually telling them that you're stupid. The media and the Democrats have dumbed down an entire sector of the country.
I feel like I'm being
proof for the Russia Gate scandal.
They impeached him over that.
Right. So what's the proof? What's the proof that it was
Who
real?
are you supporting? I feel like I'm being Trumped here.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well,
Thank you
I'm
so
done
much.
with you.
Well, it's just interesting. Your hat says you miss Obama. You might be able to visit him in jail here soon.
Goodbye.
Here, look.
Don't touch me, though. Don't touch me.
Back up.
You're going to have a bad day if you keep touching me.
Oh, get up.
You guys all care about women, right? You care about women, right? And you're out here touching women? No kings in America.
Move on. There should not be.
Do kings usually get elected?
We should use the Constitution and due process, and now Congress is laid down with the national Christian national.
Get out of the cross, bro. You just got to get out of the crosswalk.
Just get out
of the crosswalk. We can't stand in the crosswalk. You can't stand in the crosswalk.
It's red.
Just for the record, this guy was touching me.
I touched you.
It's red anyway. He can't even cross the road, but stop supporting a pedophile president. Do you make them all yourself?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Well, thank you for taking the time. Justin, you got to come over here. There's a little chicken. Can you give us a little squeeze on the chicken?
Oh, yeah. It makes noise.
Perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so Trump.
Resist.
Absolutely. What are you resisting?
Everything that Trump stands for. Everything he's done. Everything.
Okay. There's nothing good at all that he's done?
Absolutely nothing.
No.
If he tells you there is, he's lying.
So one of the things that he's done is extended and made permanent his tax breaks from 2017. Just from like an economic perspective, would you say that that's a good thing?
I wouldn't believe If he told me that you were a boy, I wouldn't believe him. Oh,
Good, because I'm not.
If he told you you were a girl, excuse me, I wouldn't believe him.
Are your pants still shitty from that time you shit yourself at college?
Well, I was told that today I'm drunk, so that's a new one. Anyway, so in his big beautiful bill, he did extend the 2017 tax cuts. So that's a good thing, right?
I know he did. Yeah, it's good if it's true. If it's true.
It is true, because if it weren't, all of our taxes would have gone up because it would have expired. So that's a good thing, right?
Tell you how much he's taking away, though, did he? He never did.
What?
He never told you how much he's taking away.
Well, that's showing how much we're saving, because
Sure, we're saving.
proof for the Russia Gate scandal.
They impeached him over that.
You gotta love it, man. Oh boy, we got so much to go through here. Where do we even begin? Adam Schiff. Wow, this is 48 hours ago. Chicago One Ray. Adam Schiff is facing 30 years in prison. Is that right?
This week is good morning, and when you're the president, a lot of very interesting stuff crosses your desk in the course of a day. And the most interesting thing that President Trump has seen, based on his Truth Social this week, is the mortgage history of Adam Schiff. He thinks that the California senator has committed mortgage fraud, and part of the president's argument is this: I've always suspected Shifty Adam Schiff was a scam artist. Adam Schiff said that his primary residence was in Maryland to get a cheaper mortgage and rip off America, when he must live in California because he was a congressman from California. And here's a quick refresher about President Trump's beef with Schiff.
He is using the department as both sword and shield, acting like a convicted felon because he is a convicted felon. The Trump administration is corrupt. No one, not even a president, is above the law.
Well, now the California lawmaker, who spends a lot of time in Maryland, is responding.
So the president today is accusing me of fraud, and the basis of his accusation is that I own a home in Maryland and I own a home in California. Big surprise. Members of Congress, almost all of them own more than one home or rent more than one home because we're required to be on both coasts. So he is using my ownership of two homes to make a false claim of mortgage fraud.
The president wants stiff penalties here, so we had a chance to ask, how stiff?
You say that you want Adam Schiff brought to justice.
I would love to see him brought to justice. I'll tell you what, I think Adam Schiff is one of the lowest of the low. I would love to see him brought to justice. He is a dishonest, crooked guy. I don't know about the individual charge, if that even happens, but Adam Schiff is a serious lowlife.
The New York Post first reported that Schiff barely spent any time in California because he was always at this Maryland house 3 years ago. Back to you.
Yeah, so I guess one of the things was that they said that they listed as his primary residence, Peter. That was it, and you can't do that.
Oh, yes, and the longer version of President Trump's Truth Social is very, very detailed. The specific dates that certain boxes were checked on mortgage applications. But yes, the president is accusing Schiff of saying that Maryland was his primary residence when he was running to represent California, which the president thinks.
Peter, remember the same thing happened here in New York. Letitia James, our AG, she was accused of doing the same thing. A residence in...
What do we have here? Also, pay to play? Well, let's go with this. Leftists have no clue what he's protesting. Love it.
What are we protesting today?
Donald Trump.
Well, what's Donald Trump doing that we're protesting?
Well, he is fucking up the American democracy right now and trying to kind of repeal a bunch of shit in the Constitution, like, rights and liberties. So,
is there anything in specific that he's...
I don't have all the information, but I do know.
What are you against?
Personally, I'm against tyrants. I'm against tyranny. That's what I'm against.
What is that?
Somebody who's coming in and trying to take over the country and get rid of the rules and regulations that have existed for centuries to keep us citizens safe.
And who do you think is doing that?
Currently, Donald Trump and Elon Musk and all of his cabinet members.
Why Elon Musk, though?
the Department of Government Efficiency, he was put in charge of a department that doesn't even exist before this, and he's not even an American.
Who's not an American?
Elon Musk.
Okay.
He's from South Africa. I don't know if you knew that.
How do you feel about Donald Trump?
I think that he deserves to die.
Wow. Someone's going to get a visit from the Secret Service. Okay, I think we have time for one more. Oh, President Trump going after Rosie O'Donnell? Oh, this is priceless. This is always priceless.
Now, who went to Ireland but Rosie O'Donnell to escape you?
Bad.
So
I feel so badly for them. No, she's so bad. But,
Are you happy she's gone? And Ellen DeGeneres?
I don't think of it. It's funny. I did Ellen's show numerous times, but, they just get into the mood, I guess. It's, I don't know what's happened to them. You take a look at them, it's like, what's going on?
Trump derangement.
But it's Trump derangement syndrome. But you don't know why. The country's doing better. As I said, it's the hottest country in the world right now. And you'd think they'd be happy. And I sort of, with a little fun, said, well, we're thinking about not allowing Rosie back into the country because she's very bad for our country and things. And she's gone crazy. No, she's a different kind of a person.
She's more famous than she ever was.
Oh, she's probably doing better than she ever did. Yeah, she never did great, but she's doing better than she ever did.
Yeah.
It's sort of funny. I guess it really, the big moment was the debate, when we had the debate. And I said, only Rosie O'Donnell, when they mentioned lots of bad things. I said, only Rosie O'Donnell.
And the whole audience burst into laughter.
But it's funny. You're right. She may be doing better than ever before. Maybe that's okay.
If you got value for this report, tab subscribe. My final thought is next. So this is what defeat looks like. When you can't win argument with facts, when your ideology crumbles under scrutiny, when even your own voters abandon you, you end up screaming at waves on a beach. These group therapy meltdowns aren't healing. They're symptoms of a dying movement. Democrats have lost the plot so badly, their base is literally having public meltdowns. They call illegal aliens heroes while Americans suffer. They force through taxes. They force through taxes voters rejected twice. They celebrate criminals and demonize cops. No wonder they need beach therapy. The woke cult promised utopia and delivered dystopia. Now they're true believers so broken they're turning breathing into performance art, mental illness disguised as activism. So question, is the woke movement's public meltdown proof that Trump broke their brains permanently? Yes or no? Drop your answer below and you can get your American Badass gear from a merch shop. You'll find the link in the description.